Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I sure can.
Okay, just didn't know if my audio was coming through or not.
Why, you got three quarters of the shelves showing, just nothing on them.
Yeah, I was gonna do stuff today, and then I got done with work and had a headache and
Yeah,
took
fair
a
enough.
nap. So sorry.
No worries. Actually, it looks, yeah, that's cool that you get your ceiling in there too. Looks
I know,
nice.
new place.
Oh,
Got to
you do
make
have
it.
all three. You do have all four of them.
No, I don't. I only have.
Oh.
Well, there's four there. Well, there's five shelves. There's four there, and
Oh.
there's one above my desk here.
See, I didn't even know. You could have just told me that they were all there, and I would have believed you.
Oh, damn it! Shit.
Looks good though.
Thank you.
Oh yeah, gotta bring up the dock. I kind of need that to do a show.
I had to. I kind of looked. We had to watch the episode a little bit, but I didn't get to watch the whole thing. So, because I was
Well, I'm glad you did.
I don't remember.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I think this is still pretty fresh.
Fresh, so fresh and so clean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have maybe you can help me fill in the parts where I get lazy on. It's gonna be good.
Yep.
It's gonna be great.
Gonna be great. Good.
Yeah. So we had the whole thing with Brad. Of course, Brad was like, "Oh yeah, this is I like this episode. This was a funny episode from what I recall."
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Okay. Well, I suppose we should do a program.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Now I'm. See, this is where it works out pretty nice to have like the locations first, because then I'm like, oh right, this is where this happened. Yeah, worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's do it. What do you think? Have you eaten yet? Just curious.
Yeah, I just got done eating.
Nice.
Did you?
No, I'll eat something after. Beers.
You're like mainstream.
What? Huh? I didn't say no yet. Well, I don't.
I would have if I didn't eat.
Yeah. No, you're good. It's probably for the best because I always ate like way more than I should there. But
there you go.
Same as last night, actually. Like I was gonna say no fries, but like they were gonna be potentially closing down the kitchen, so I was just like, let's just do that.
Give me whatever. Just
yeah, exactly.
Okay. I gotta say that barbecue chicken pizza was good.
Looked good, smelled good. Kind of.
I had a cold piece of it this morning this for lunch, and it's still good, even cold.
Oh, it's alright. Pizza's always good cold.
I know, right?
Anyone who tries to say otherwise, fight me.
Okay, let's do this.
Did I have this right? Wait, did I put that's 51? This is 51.
This is 51. Yeah.
51. Okay, good. Okay.
51. 55.
55. Okay, that date is definitely wrong. That was like originally what we were gonna
do. Yeah. It's we're a couple weeks off.
On from the 9th of the month to the last day of the month.
That's how we do
December tomorrow. It's crazy. Okay. Well, I suppose let's do it. All right. In 3, 2, 1. Hello. Welcome back to Disnerds Plus, where we talk about your favorite nerdy shows on the application, the service, let's say, Disney Plus. This is episode 51. Today we're talking about, however you want to say it, the second episode of the second season, or the 8th total episode. I'll tell you both. It's Breaking Brad, which... Okay. I may go on a mini rant here. In You know what? I'm doing it now because we're talking about the title now. There was like 2 episode titles of Ahsoka that kind of was like, really? One of them was The Lion, or what was it? The Jedi, the Witch, and the whatever wardrobe.
yeah.
And then the other, I can't remember the other one. Oh, it wasn't a title, but it was that long time ago in a galaxy far, far away that they literally had a line in the show about. I was like, really? But, today's Thursday, November 30th. What was that?
Said meta.
Yeah, I guess. It's November 30th. It's a Thursday, 2023. I'm Shane.
Hey, Shane. I'm Mike.
Oh, hi.
Oh, hey.
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
How are you doing, sir?
Great. I'm in a new apartment.
Very nice.
Yeah. That's why everything's different.
Looks very nice.
It will be. It's almost there. I'm almost.
Yeah.
Almost there.
Especially when
my TV. It's funny. My TV looks really small from here. in the little.
And that right there is a 12-foot TV.
Yeah. 43. Thank you very much.
Oh, that's right. This is not the new one. That's right.
No, the new one is in the living room.
Yeah.
Hanging on the wall.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Yeah, you want the big screen in the living room for sure.
Getting ready for that Packer game.
Ooh, yeah. Go Pack, go.
Go Pack, go.
Cool. Yeah, it looks great. It'll look even better when you get those Funkos back up there.
No, I'm noticing I definitely need some more lighting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, maybe. I mean, I don't know. To be fair, like, I've got the ring light and the all the other fancy shit. So, like, if you're comparing, like, it's, I mean.
Oh no, I'm just noticing it's darker than in my little view screen than it normally is. So
Sure.
it needs a little more light.
I mean, to be fair, I think it might look better than it did before. So.
Oh, fair.
Yeah.
That is fair.
Right. Well, hey, I suppose let's get into it. Real quick.
Previously on.
What are we talking about? Loki. What's the series? I just went through that rant on Ahsoka. I was confused. So this is one where Loki he's all zapping around, zapping everywhere. He's going from time to time. We end up meeting what's his face? Obi or Ouroboros. Snake eating its own tail. Deal there.
It's time slipping.
Time slipping. That's right.
Slipping.
Yeah, sporadically being torn between realities. And we had X5 there, who we got to learn was a dick.
Yeah, yeah.
In the
pretty much
war room, we had B-15 and Mobius trying to plead their case to the council of sorts.
The TVA council.
yeah. This is like bad version of the Jedi Council. Like if the council was run by Sith. I love this line I have here. Loki prunes a wall. Which he did because there was it looked like just an ordinary wall, but he remembered from the past or the future that it had a bunch of
past. It would have been the past TVA.
He Who Remains or / Kang.
It's He Who Remains, not Kang technically. Well, it's a variant, but it could Anyway,
it's confusing. So we won't see. Well, I don't know yet. You I'm sure do know, but this is as far as I'm caught up still. But whether or not the name Kang, well, I'm assuming the name Kang does not get mentioned if you're sticking with that. But we'll see. We'll find out. Yeah. Sorry about this being late, by the way. There's, holidays and whatnot happening.
Hunting.
Yeah, but we had Mobius then try to put what did he try? He went out into the area there, the big space with the loom, right?
The loom,
Time loom?
Yeah, the loom.
And he just about died.
And that big he's worried about his skin being peeled away.
Oh yes, of course. And Obi used duct tape to seal up his helmet, which was great.
Great safety.
And of course, just in the nick of time, got Loki to jump out of there. If we're trying to remember how he even, where did they send Loki?
They pruned him in the
Right.
future.
Yep.
And then the thing that Mobius shoots out was grabbing his aura and pulled him in.
Oh yeah,
Pulled him back.
Right. Yeah, and then right before he went out, we saw Sylvie. Well, there's a phone ringing. He was like in a different timeline, so he didn't have the pruning device. Goes toward a phone ringing, an elevator opens, and we see Sylvie, and then I mistakenly thought it was Sylvie and it was somebody behind him. We still don't. Well, at this point, we don't know who did the trimming, right? Or the pruning, the trimming.
Trimming.
I mean, prune, trim.
They trimmed him away.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. Branches, right? That's the whole thing. So yeah, he got in there, and they had a very not a very short-lived moment. Loki was ready to get on the case right away, and we see the McDonald's at the end. I don't know if you like my reference there, but I said I ended this episode description with an old friend arrives at an old place and is loving it, like McDonald's.
Oh, hi. Yeah.
Okay, you see what I did there? All right. Well, so
I sure do.
Thank you. This episode starts in London, UK, 1977, and they're on the search to track down Sylvie. We see that X5 is there as this actor Brad Wolfe for this movie Zaniac that he's apparently famous for. So he's found a new life, it appears, being a movie star. And he's all like calm when he sees him. He acts all like Mobius, like acting like he doesn't even
like he's like, wait, how'd you guys find me? But hey, what's up, guys?
offers to get him some drinks, and then they're talking. Mobius and Loki are chit chatting for a second, and then one of them said he's running, isn't he? Or whatever. Of course, he took off. And we see that B-15. They track him down outside an alley, and B-15's there dressed up in disguise, I believe, as well, right? They were all dressed in like attire of the time.
Yeah.
And so like she kind of fights him for a second, and I thought she grabbed the TemPad from him, but he still has it.
No, she did.
Okay.
No, she did. He had something else, little other device on him too.
Okay.
So.
Right.
Yeah.
So Brad, I keep calling him Brad here now. I don't know, X5, whatever his real name is.
Call him Brad.
Yeah, from henceforth he shall be known as Brad.
Brad.
So he expresses
Bradley
expresses some concerns to Mobius that he didn't want his life there ruined, and Loki ends up shooting him with a with a green blast of energy, like his Loki energy. Is there a name for
Loki
that?
magic.
Loki magic. Sure. Mischief magic.
Mischief magic.
Which sends him down the stairs, and then he ends up getting chased into a fence, and then teleports away. But then we see Loki using his powers. Well, we don't know at first. There's just a bunch of people around that kind of start closing in on him, and end up going against a wall, like kind of cornering him against a wall. And we see that is his shadow play to sort of produce all these people.
Isn't it like a replication magic?
I guess.
He can replicate. I don't know. Or I'm trying to reference what he said in the first season when he's like, no, that's manipulation magic, and this and that. And I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can do a lot of weird shit, it turns out. But so they bring in Brad then to the TVA, and he's in a jumpsuit. I was almost gonna say orange, but no, they're like tan jumpsuits, right? With like orange trim or something like that. Is that
how
you describe it? Same
It's
thing
the
Loki was in
TVA,
at the beginning, right?
Yeah, it's just the TVA prison jumpsuit kind of thing,
I don't even remember. Is Loki? I wasn't paying that close of attention. Is Loki still wearing that at this point, or
He's in regular like clothes.
regular? Is this regular for Loki or regular for like?
I mean,
Never.
you could go. It's just a normal. He's wearing like a suit and tie, like a tie and stuff, and then he's got a jacket on.
Oh, sure. Yeah. That's right. Okay. He's still dressing all fancy though.
Yeah, he's fancy.
Yeah.
He's a
So
fancy guy.
he is. And that's I get that impression from Tom Hiddleston in general. Like he probably dresses that way all the time, but I don't know. Maybe not.
Nothing wrong with it.
He's a fancy man.
He's a fancy man.
Elegant or eloquent? No, I always forget those terms mixed up. But we see that the TemPad that Brad had is I put bedazzled, but it's not bedazzled. It's
Dazzler.
it's fancy looking, right? Like it's got
It's got extra girth to it.
oh yeah. It's like it's modded, right? Like
Yeah, it's modded. He did mod it.
sure. So yeah, so then I should put a loom here. Obi was working on something on the not the loom, but the
he was working on like a
thingy.
device that's gonna extend or expand the loom.
The loom expander, of course.
Something like that. Yeah, I think there's a different term for it, but I think that comes up later.
Right. Gotcha.
Right.
So extra goofy tonight. So
Apparently.
so he's working on that. And then one of them, he or somebody, he asked about the priority. Because they're asking him questions about this TemPad, and he asked what has priority. Like, oh no, keep working on that. That's
keep doing what you're doing.
keep doing what you're doing.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah. So he also gives him another book about the TemPad. He wrote all the books on everything, right? But they end up going to Casey and Casey's in the the monitoring room or whatever. I think at this point.
Yeah, he's in like they watch like the time, the sacred timeline.
Mm-hmm. Right. He thinks Renslayer's secret. Case is secret. What did I mean there? He thinks. Oh yeah. So, X15. What's it name? Oh, B15. Comes up and starts talking about Sylvie or no about Renslayer, and he's like, but isn't that secret? And she's like, well, everybody knows about this or something, basically, right? Like, this isn't secret at all. He thinks it's like a top secret thing. And says he hasn't found any leads yet. And then we see Loki and Mobius are both working on trying to figure that TemPad out, doing a little research on that. This talks about Miss Minutes being down. So I mean, obviously we see her at the end of season 1 briefly, but I'm having trouble remembering why she did they explain why she was down or what happened to her there?
And basically, she just took off with Renslayer, and then they're realizing it now this season that they don't have Miss Minutes. Like, what the heck?
Right.
So
they went out.
She went on her own path with Renslayer, and now
they eloped. Maybe
they eloped. Yep, maybe. Who knows? We just don't know at this point.
Yeah, but they're assuming they think she's helping Renslayer anyway. Loki then, so when he was in the past, when he was doing his time slipping, he thinks he saw something that suggested that they may have been Miss Minutes and Renslayer may have been partners in the past, and for whatever reason, Casey comes along again. He seems to know more about this TemPad than anybody else. but because they said, they're trying to find out if there's any trackers. And he's like, no, there's no trackers. He's like, nope, no trackers.
Doesn't block any trackers. That's not what it does. Nope.
Oh yeah, doesn't block any. Oh, that's right. This doesn't block any trackers.
Yeah,
no tracker block.
It doesn't block from tracking his TemPad or something like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So
then they go to question Brad, and he. That's one of the first things he says is that it blocks trackers, but
which we know he's lying.
Right. A good thing they got Casey.
You liar!
Go to see pretty quickly. You can tell Brad is very much trying to get under Loki's skin, and you can tell he's feeling a little bit like he's gonna overreact, and
oh yeah, he looks like he's ready to slap him or punch him or do some Loki magic, which no, he can't do because he's in TVA at that time. But
true. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, you can at least it seems like he's getting under his skin, and classic Loki, you'd expect that, but Loki's also a pretty smart guy, so you can see what he's doing. So he actually just ends up dishing it back to Brad, and Mobius makes a joke about that showbiz, about Brad and his him getting no longer in the spotlight there as this movie star, and he says to Brad, if you get it, let us know, give us what we want, basically. What location of Renslayer, or not of Sylvie? Too many people they're going after here. He promises he'll get Brad back down there, and Brad then continues to get under both of their skin, calling them.
He's being a real prick.
He's really, he really should have called him Chad. He's being a real Chad.
You're a Chad. You Chad.
I don't know. I understand that's kind of the male version of Karen. Right?
Karen.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I think I've heard something like that.
Yeah. So, so then Brad really gets under Mobius's skin. I'm trying to remember. He was trying. It was basically about his past and stuff like that. And
yeah, why he hasn't gone and checked out who he is on the timeline, and Mobius is like, it doesn't matter. This is my name. This is who I am. This is where I belong. And somehow Brad gets under his skin for not checking out who he is for some reason. So it's on Mobius's mind.
Yeah, and then it ends up being, of all people, it's not Loki to fire back, but Mobius is the one to slap him,
smack him. I'm like, ooh,
yeah,
Mobius,
spicy.
Damn. All right.
That's not very Mobius or very Owen Wilson, I'll say.
I know. I was like, wow. Owen Wilson can smack people.
He's so good in this though. He's I gotta say, this is maybe one of my favorite roles Owen Wilson has ever done, and it's also maybe the most uncharacteristic of.
What? I don't know if you heard this, but apparently Mobius is going to be in Deadpool somehow.
Oh, nice.
A new Deadpool.
There's a lot of it. Did you see? I heard one today. I don't even want to say because it was. Well, thankfully, I don't remember exactly who it was off the top of my head, but another cameo in there that may have gotten leaked. But
Wolverine's daughter?
No. It was. I don't want to say too much, but it was a variant of Wolverine, basically.
Oh, yeah.
Don't say. I don't. I know this is a spoiler show. It's not really a spoiler, but I feel
it's on the it's all over the internet.
No, I know, but I'm saying if someone doesn't I already feel I wish I wasn't spoiled about it, and I don't want to be somebody else that just in case. We can talk about it offline. But so at that point this is like one of the few moments, and we're seeing more and more. What's the word? Empathy coming from Loki. That's so. Again, speaking of uncharacteristic, we see he's genuinely concerned about Mobius. Oh yeah, because after he's like, "Are you okay, man?" Like after he slaps him.
Oh, he's like, he's probably like, I've never seen Mobius like this. What the hell?
Yeah,
This is weird.
it's almost like they're swapping roles though at this point. So this was such a heartwarming moment too, because they go into like, "You want some pie?" It's like,
Yeah.
key lime.
And they're in an automat with just key lime pie everywhere. It's like, oh, isn't that convenient?
And that was a thing. Yeah, obviously that was a thing from the first season. For whatever reason, he liked key lime pie a lot, and but I don't. Yeah, maybe they went to like a diner or something in the first season. But here we got a giant cafeteria full of pies, which I don't. That might have been in the first season.
Lot.
Yeah.
A lot of pies. I don't remember that in the first season.
Okay. Yeah.
Not the automat.
Oh yeah.
That's what it's called, the automat.
Nice. So so they're both eating the pie there, and he's
good old pie. Some pie.
Loki's consoling Mobius and talking about this is another hilarious part. He's like, he talks about the time he got so mad, and I put on here that he literally made the plot of the Avengers movie, the first Avengers.
Yeah. Threw Tony Stark off the side.
He got but what he was saying in this line, I believe, is that like he got so mad that he came to Earth and basically started an assault on it. Like, it's just funny. It's just, oh yeah, the show was great. I guess I confused this, but because this is the part where Mobius is like talking about how he doesn't want to know the life that he had, and he thinks
like, what's the point?
And then he goes on to say if he knew it were bad he could handle, but if it were good, not so much. And I kind of get that. Like, if he knew he had a bad life, then great, But if he had a good life, then like, oh man, this is.
Yeah, I know that would be heartbreaking kind of thing.
Right.
Damn.
Right. So then, I was going to say how Loki doesn't think X5 or Brad is going to talk. But Mobius thinks so, and how he's a good hunter, but he still hasn't found Sylvie, and or the alternative was that maybe he did find her and that he chose not to turn her in, because he actually wants to live that life as Brad. What's his nuts?
Brad Wolfe.
Wolfe.
He wants to be Brad Wolfe.
So yeah, they basically figure they gotta make him talk, and go on to talk about how Loki is the god of mischief, and then they see we're back to Obi, and he is flipping a bunch of switches and doodads and hooks up the same device he was working on in the previous scene, I presume.
Mm-hmm.
And
the loom extender.
Extending the loom.
Lending a hand to the loom.
But before that is really, I think, able to be powered up, the lights go out, and we see computer, or on the computer screen is access denied, messages of sorts, which is not good, of course.
It's basically saying he can't do it because the aura is not the same, and it has to be the He Who Remains aura.
Right. So,
yeah.
That's one device that's not working. They bring in, then Loki and Mobius bring in a whole different type of device to the interrogation room with Brad, which looks, I don't even know how I would describe what this thing looks like. Like a kind of like a weird
It
version
looks
of
like a
a. Go ahead.
what? Oh, I was gonna say it looks like some kind of weird machine from like Dr. Seuss books or something.
That's pretty good. Yeah. Combined with a rascal or something like from what I recall.
Yeah,
Like yeah. Um.
it's a weird device, but it's not a nice device.
So you can pretty much expect at this point, like anybody that's anybody is realizing, like, okay, they're gonna be up to some shenanigans, and they bring it in. They don't have the controller for it, so Mobius goes to get it, and of course Loki immediately locks him out, and the real performance here is I think Mobius, who's banging on the window saying, Loki, this isn't you. This isn't you. No.
Oh yeah, yeah. He did a good job on that one.
So Brad, being a TVA agent, of course knows what this thing does. But just to show us the viewers, he just puts a little shows a little demonstration of this little semi-translucent compactor box is how I'm describing it.
The way to do it.
Basically, he hits some buttons, some joysticks or something on the thing, and it crunches further in, or it shrinks, compacting whatever's inside it. And what was the example he showed it on? I can't remember if he tried to actually shrink something specifically or not.
Didn't he put that chair, like that
Yeah,
chair
I
that
was
was
thinking
there?
it was a chair. Yeah.
Yeah, it was that. And then he get like Brad gets a little freaked out. He's like, Mobius, come on, like, hey here.
Yeah.
Just,
Yep. So then, next
then we get a fanboy moment.
we had well, first we see X-15 bringing Casey to help Obi, which they seem like they're going to be a great tag team pals here because they both seem pretty knowledgeable. And then actually, first thing that Obi says to us, "We're all going to die." But then Casey before he realizes who he is, because they only say Obi initially, and then he said something about Ouroboros, like you're Ouroboros, and he's like, you wrote the
like, oh my god,
you wrote the TVA guidebook, and he actually asked him to sign it, and he's all, of course. It's just great. But and then he gets cut off for a second. He says here, just next to your picture, and then I'll draw mine. He says, I don't know if you caught that part. Like Casey's gonna draw his picture or something. Then they kind of get cut off at that point. But so then they talk about how they need He Who Remains. Because he was the one to.
You need his aura.
Right, because he created the TVA, or because he created something like that. Like he was the one that created something initially.
I don't know if he created the TVA, to be honest. I don't know if he's the one that actually did it,
right,
or not.
There was something
I think
that
he put systems in. He helped build the loom up,
right,
and that's where he put stuff behind it, like that, security and whatnot.
Right. So it either needs to be him or Miss Minutes needs to override it.
Yep. And Miss Minutes isn't there to
Miss Minutes isn't there, and He Who Remains no longer remains in this timeline.
He definitely does not.
Right. Which, like, if I had to, the way they ended season 1, I really thought, like, they would lead you to believe that Loki was just going to be in this new world of He Who Remains ruling everything or something. The way that beta team. So this season so far has gone very different than I would have imagined. But
Hey, that's great then, because you just don't have any expectation what's going to happen. You
yep.
don't know. Because I thought that he went into another reality at that point in the last episode of season 1. I was like, but then when they say, "Oh, you just went back in the future," I'm like, "What? Wait,
So
or
the
back
future,
to the past?"
right?
And but the TVA doesn't have a future or past, but now they do.
Mm-hmm.
Ho 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 ho.
Yes. So then we are back to Broxton, Oklahoma, 1982, at the Mickey D's. We have
Mickey D's.
oh yeah, I guess I didn't really go into like what happened with that. They put on a good performance. Basically, they skipped the whole part where they
Oh, they
basically
put
tricked
Brad in the
Brad.
box.
Right. Loki ends up putting Brad in the box, and he yeah.
Tricks and thinks doesn't know how to use the device, but he really did. He
Yeah.
knew how to use it and got him to basically squeezed him to the point where Brad gave in and said, "I know where she is."
Yep. Got him to the just the
Breaking
point
point.
before he could actually get squished.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was weird that he let him out before he actually revealed it. But
Well, like he knew, at that point, I think he knew that they weren't going to mess around. So if he didn't say anything at that point, they probably just put him back in the box and get it tighter and tighter.
right. Yeah, so I got him to spill the beans. Yeah, so then at that McDonald's, I'm thinking like, huh, okay. So they knew first I'm thinking, okay, this is like the exact moment we see at the end. She's still just there. But nope, she's working there now.
Yep.
Which I was like,
I
okay,
didn't
that's
think a god of mischief would work at McDonald's, but hey, that's where we're at.
and that's your first choice.
Yeah. It's the closest thing she saw.
Right. We can see Brad is acting kind of a bit tense though throughout
Yeah.
this
Something's.
time.
Yeah. Once he got in this time frame, he just started kind of losing his shit.
Mm-hmm. So Loki walks in, sees she's working there, goes up to her. You can tell she's pretty taken aback initially, and she says he just asks if they can talk, and she says their break's in 5, and she walks outside and basically tells him it's a short break, basically like get on with it.
Hurry up. Yep.
Sits down on her Ford Ranger tailgate there, and
Green. It was green. Did you notice? It's always green.
yeah.
There's so much green everywhere.
Yes. So Loki tells her of the future that he saw when he was time slipping, and he, basically that the TVA is in danger, but she wants nothing to do with that or the TVA. She's just happy where she is, kind of like Brad, right? Brad, very happy where he is as a movie
Brad
star.
is
It's
super
fun.
happy.
They have very different opinions on happiness.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'd be
Sure
fine.
do.
I'd be maybe okay if I could just eat there all the time and not have to worry about health or anything. But
Right?
I don't know about working there.
Oh, not in our time. Maybe back then it was kind of cool.
Yeah, before we really knew too much about McDonald's being the devil for your body.
Yeah.
So then we see Mobius and Brad.
Only if you eat it every day.
Yeah, except for that one guy. There was that guy that like ate 3 Big Macs a day, like forever.
You're not talking
Not
about
the supersized guy, but like it was,
Okay.
yeah, some guy I think the key was that he would walk to and from the McDonald's, and then he would, but
that helps.
I think he worked it off or something, yeah. But not sure if he's still around, if he still does that or not. But so Mobius and Brad are inside. This is another, man, this is like one of the funniest episodes I think I've even seen of the show.
He's got more pie.
He's got some pie in there, I presume, and it's a, I actually didn't know. I assume it's an apple pie, but
I think it's apple pie. Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't have key. I didn't think they had key lime pie.
Yeah,
Ever.
exactly. So he thanks.
I don't know. You ever had key lime pie? I never have.
It's not my. Yeah, I've had it.
I don't.
It's not my favorite.
I hear mixed things about it.
Kind of sounds
Some
good
people
right
like it,
now,
some
actually.
people-
But yeah, normally I was just talking. So since we just had Thanksgiving, the conversation seems to always come up, and I talk about how like my favorite pies and pumpkin's not my favorite. I'm not. It's really not. It's like actually at the bottom for me probably, but I'll still eat it here and there. Put some more cream on there.
I like pumpkin. I think that's one of my tops.
The top three are cherry, strawberry, rhubarb, and apple. Put
Never had strawberry. Never had strawberry rhubarb before.
Oh, you're missing out. Well, you might hate it, but but I love it.
I used to like the cherry one, but then sometimes they just put too much cherry in it.
Sure.
It's like, yeah.
That's fair. So yeah, Mobius is there enjoying his pie, and he thanks Brad. This is one of the this is actually a very Owen Wilson kind of moment. He's like, and here isn't life crazy? Like here we are. We like 1 minute we're at each other's throats, and then the next, here we are enjoying pie. And
yeah,
which I just thought was great, but
Brad's still freaking out.
Yeah,
he's
like looking out the window, like,
calm down. I bought you a shake, and he's just
that's right.
Shake, like, okay.
The shake. Yeah, and so Brad's looking out there. He's just concerned. He's concerned what they're talking about, or that they're talking about everything, and
it's like not natural or something. He's like, just not right.
Right. And then they I think it's Mobius saying how it's complicated. It's complicated when you're basically in a relationship with yourself. And it's just great. And he's also talking about how oh yeah, that's the part about the where he says how crazy life is.
Got him the shake, yeah.
Yeah. And then he asks, tell me more about Zaniac. Do we say if that was like a horror movie or if it was?
I think it's supposed to be like a scary movie kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really go too much.
There's there's a Marvel comic about Zaniac.
Oh, of course there is.
Yeah. It's just I don't think they're gonna make a Zaniac come out, but it's just like, oh yeah, here's Zaniac. That's where that came from. Oh, okay, cool.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So yeah, they Brad ends up he and Mobius end up.
Well, Mobius starts realizing something's up because Brad's like freaking out, like,
yep,
we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. And blah blah blah. And then they get outside and he's like, they're gonna die. She's gonna die. Everyone's in here is gonna die. And they're like, what? And then I believe it's Sylvie, just literally like, as he's rambling, just kind of pushes against him with her magic and reads his mind what's happening. I believe that's what happened, right?
Yes. All right. Or as I put here, Brad needs to get something off his chest, and Sylvie literally like
takes it off his chest,
reaches through his chest basically to get that information. And yeah, that's did we find out anything from that at that point, or is it just kind of open ended? Because
I believe this is where they find out. This is where the Docs has like a plot going on.
Oh yeah, because it jumps
bomb a bunch of timeline.
It jumps to the TVA. Yeah, we see.
Yeah, we're not in the TVA. We're in like an operation of the TVA that's using some kind of like waypoint somewhere in the timeline to send up. Well, it doesn't matter.
Just put question marks then.
I mean, they're basically sending agents or hunters to these different timelines to go bomb them and like prune them off the timeline.
Yeah, it looks like a pretty sophisticated operation. Yeah, Doc's being that's the Irish lady, or
yeah. The one from Game of Thrones where she was sitting on that throne where her overgrown child was breastfeeding.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, Caitlin Stark's sister.
Kate Dickey, or her actress name. That's the actress Kate Dickey.
Gotcha. Yeah, she plays a good evil person. I think.
She does.
Yeah. So they're basically bombing every branch. And they're talking about how she is, and then they see that she already is doing that. See the multiple doors that are opening, and the agents. Yep.
Hunters going through and throwing their bombs and bombing everywhere.
Yep.
Bomb.
And I guess they're
And you see
being.
the TemPad. Yeah, you said the TemPad control panel or like central panel, like a bunch of TemPads that's like connecting to different spots or something. Like that was nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Yep.
big ass TemPad computer.
Right. And they basically got to take that one out.
Yep.
So they pretty quickly are able to make quick work of the agents, and there was there like a handholdy sort of moment with Loki and Sylvie that
Sylvie.
they
Yeah,
basically
kind of.
when their powers combine.
It's like they amplified their power to like knock everyone on their feet, off their feet.
Yep, and we see a big green blast, and I think I got the impression Loki literally did kind of like a hip thrust there, like to poof, and then like
He kind of looked like yeah.
green energy just goes surging out to take out the remainder of, or at least knock out the remainder of the agents, because they end up arresting Docs and any of the other loyalists that didn't escape already. And then everyone we see looking up at the big monitor.
Well, we're back in the TVA control center at this point.
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah, I guess it was. I don't know. There's something about that place that made me. I guess I assumed that was the TVA, but
Yeah.
So now, all right, back at the TVA. Everyone's looking at the monitors. We see all the branches that are still dying from.
B-15 looks sad. She's like, "Oh my god, we just a bunch of millions and trillions of people just died."
Yep.
Basically.
A little somber moment there. But then good news is Casey ends up getting a hit on Renslayer's TemPad, and then Loki ends up trying to get Sylvie to stay there, but of course she needs to go back home.
Not having it.
She needs to go back to work fast food for
McDonald's.
some reason. So then the last scene of this episode, we get we're back there at the McDonald's, outside the McDonald's, and Sylvie's sitting on the hood of her Ranger, and then this nervous kid, basically that guy from The Simpsons, it's always like, "Hi, Mr. Simpson," like,
Yep.
he kind of very nervous kid, Jack. He tries talking with her, like I don't know if he liked her or what he's
also a coworker, so I mean it's that.
Yeah, he's a young kid though. Like I think he's too young.
He's in his teenage years.
But he could have like a crush on her or something. I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know what's going on here.
Nothing wrong with Sylvie's. She's cute, cute lady.
Oh yeah. So he asks. He just asked her if she'll be in tomorrow, and so this was the part that kind of gave it away. His Asian when she asked. She wanted to make sure that his mom was picking him up. But that's how it goes. Obviously a lot of kids are working. Even then, I'm sure it was probably mostly teenagers working fast food. I would imagine.
Not like these days. It seems like it's less and less teenagers working fast food.
Oh, well, yeah. Of the ones that do. Yeah. So then, after he splits, we see that she then looks down at a glowing device in her hand.
The TemPad that was from He Who Reigns.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
So that
was it.
So that TemPad was that in the final episode of season 1?
Yeah. Well, she opened a time door to push the Loki through. That's where he got sent into the past from her. And then she's been just
yeah.
carrying it around now. So she's got like the ultimate TemPad. She's got the master pad.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. And this is
Yeah,
what she
yeah.
chooses to do with it.
Yep. Go work at McDonald's in the 80s.
Yep. Oh yeah, what year was it? 82. The year before I was
Yeah.
born. Wow.
Oh wow.
Oh wow. All
That means
right.
that means technically Jack could have been your daddy.
Gross. No, I don't think so. If he's like, well, who knows? I'm sure the actors they always play younger, but yeah. So on that note, I suppose I gotta come up with a thing now. I gotta give this one decent. I think a pretty decent rating. I'm gonna say. I am going to say 4.6.
Oh wow. Wow. Not going that high. I'm gonna go 4.2.
Okay. All right. Nice. Very nice. Yeah. That's a good
Yeah.
one.
Now we got next week's
Mm-hmm.
episode 3.
Yeah.
I don't even know what it's called.
I did write it down. It's like a date. It's like a year.
It is a date. It's
It's 1883. No.
1893 is what it's called.
Oh, that's hilarious. Is it so close to 1883? The of course Yellowstone spinoff. Because I always say,
Mm-hmm.
I always remember that. Well, the way I remembered it was before is it's 100 years again, 100 years before I was born. But 1893 would be, I guess, 10 years after that. But yeah. What did we give the last episode? It was episode 50. We gave that one a 4.2. So I don't know. What did you think? Yeah. You think this one was slightly better, maybe, or not?
Yeah, I mean, I would think it was funnier.
Oh,
First one was just kind of getting us back on our feet about stuff.
but would you say it was better overall
Better episode?
than last episode? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, really? What do you think you rated the last one? I'm just giving you shit. You did give it a 4.4 last time, but it's all good.
I don't remember. It's been a while since we.
Ratings are so subjective, I know, but yeah. Anywho, I know we talked about not doing. I think you still probably don't want to do the ratings, and I can't say I blame you, but it's a thing.
It's a thing.
It's a thing people do.
It's okay.
All right. Well, yeah, that'll about 4.2, 4.2, and 4.4 now. All right. Good deal. And we just keep doing this until shoot, what's the next one?
Till our heads explode.
Yeah, but there's what's the next? There's another Marvel thing next, or no? Yeah, there's a bunch of things now coming up.
I
like
mean,
Skeleton Crew and
there's What If season 2.
yeah, and so far we've
cartoon.
pretty much just avoided the animated things,
Yeah,
which I
we don't
think is
need to do
fair.
that. We're not doing that one.
Yeah, wasn't
Plus,
there
there's like an episode a day from the 22nd until whenever they run out, so it's 9 episodes. So no. We don't need to do the animation one.
Yeah. Let me just real quick check. There was let's see.
I think it is Skeleton Crew that's next.
I thought there was another Marvel one that was
Echo?
Yes.
That's in January, I think.
But I think there's. Did we establish? Because it was. Yeah, I heard conflicting things. Like initially, I heard all episodes released in January, but then, I heard there's 5 weeks in January. So apparently there's 5 episodes to Echo. So I still don't know.
5 episodes? Oh.
5 episodes and 5 weeks in January. Let's just see here. January. Oh, it doesn't even go that far. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll see.
But
just have to wait.
Indeed. January 10th.
Indubitably.
Oh, yeah, okay. All episodes streaming January 10th. Okay, that answers that.
There you go. There you
Ooh,
go.
see a screenshot of certain someone, bald giant man.
Bald giant man. Nice. Very nice.
All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for joining us this evening.
Yeah.
You wanna, you could write us in if you had something to say, whatever, it's all good. DisnerdsPlus@gmail.com is the place to do that. DisnerdsPlus.com is the website, and we are recording. We've been doing 7:30 lately on Thursdays, Central Time, in the PM, of course, over here at twitch.tv/ShaveMadOx. You can find Mike at Cool as a Cucumber, and you can find me at ShaveMadOx. Well, about
Why
do
are
it.
you talking like a robot?
I am a robot. See you next time, everybody. Thanks a lot. Thanks a bunch, and thanks for Zork Player One for joining us in here. Sorry I didn't say something earlier, but thanks for hanging out. All right, have a great one, and until next time. What do we say here? I don't remember. Oh, you had a good one. I forgot already. The Miss Minutes line.
I can't.
Great.
Oh my god.
This is great radio. Bye. I'll try to be ready for that next time. He said
I was like, I can't think of it right now.
I'm still not
What
finding
is the
it.
same?
In space, no one can hear you scream. That's not it. I don't know.
For all time, always.
For all time, always. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there was another one I thought of that I can't. Man, there's been so much time passed. I had another thought on that. I can't remember.
I can't remember, man.
No.
Well, that was a fun episode. That wasn't too long either. We did pretty good.
Yeah, we did it.
Yeah.
Unforgettable Loki quotes. Yeah, for all time, always is good, but it's like, I don't know if it's like a good closing line or not. You know what I mean? Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
No.
mean, you have that, like, if you phrase it right, it's like, and for all time, always. We'll see you next time, like something like that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I was gonna say something dumb like back in time, or I don't know. I forget. Anyway. Oh, time's on my side. No. Whatever. Anywho.
Yeah.
Good show.
It was.
I'm gonna go find something to eat.
I'm gonna chill. I might go to bed early tonight. I'm kind of still tired.
Fair enough.
And then tomorrow I'm supposed to go and do this party thing for work.
Yeah.
Especially since my one coworker is like, let's meet at Salty Toad at 3 p.m. and start drinking. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
We'll see. We'll see if that happens.
A little early.
Also.
All right.
It is a little early. All right, man. Well, adios.
Hey, have a good one.
You too. Later.
Thanks. Bye. And of course, one last. Have a great night and much success, Herschel.